welcome to my Love Wave channel. Hoping you are part of the love wave that is sweeping the globe at the moment. I wanted to talk a little bit about some visions that I've had over the years, some recent, a lot of energy coming in right now, and I just wanted to go through a number of visions, explain when I had them and what I interpret them to be, while noting visions might be symbolic of something, so this obviously doesn't need to mean that something is bound to happen, and it is simply my interpretation through what I see. So best is to always follow your heart and continue to believe in what you see. First of all, I'd just like to start with that, I had a lot of goosebumps. A lot of you probably have had a lot of chills and goosebumps coming through January, February, significantly more than usual. And like waves of truth. Wouldn't usually get that sort of thing. So goosebumps were the key. I've sort of moved into a grounding, just a really strong feeling of grounding my feet through to the earth. Again, something I wouldn't usually feel, but was happening spontaneously or by being in nature. So important. And then the last 2 weeks, a lot of a feeling I've had different times in my life, but again, nothing so significant as now. It's just happening every day, all the time, like really strong awareness, or like a feeling of opening or warmth or something around the third eye. Opening up. So I would like to start with the positive vision, and this is coming in last night and this morning. I see the earth. I see the earth, and it is opening. The light is opening up, and there is about 3/4 that is shrouded in darkness, or the old earth, and the new earth, or the light, the truth, is well on its way. Okay, it's a quarter opened up. So we are really making some ground there. Let's keep working on it. That's with the positive. Last night I talked in a clip about people going insane and crazy, and these are absolutely mental times. A lot of people are going to lose their minds. Now, I see this like, I originally saw this vision over 10 years ago. I saw one person that I knew well at the time, and I still know. Don't really see him much, but I saw a time ahead on earth that everything was just so crazy intense that he just sort of flipped over to the other side. And he's a bit of a warrior man and makes teepees and is grounded. Has a strong sense of warrior about him, but that frightened me to see that he may go to that place, and I'm wishing him really well. So a lot of people, you will have noticed, are going to start to lose their minds. This is something we're going to need to manage in our communities. Okay, so where there may have been conflicts, even with our neighbours or friends, people around us, this is going to come to the surface, and we're just going to need to find our own ways to ground and manage that, and try to guide them without getting involved. Okay, it's like being stuck in between the dimensions. Okay, they're getting a little bit stuck here, whereas we were here and we're going here. Okay, and there's a place in between at the moment, and some people are not handling it well, and it's only going to get worse. An uprising. I said, a friend, I texted him the other day, and I said, there's good things going to come from this, and the governments will be overthrown. People are not happy with the way that the governments are handling this, and so they shouldn't be. How dare these people make decisions on our behalf and keep sending us out there and not guide us and not lead us when we've elected them to represent us, and they are making the wrong decisions for us. So an uprising will come. And my friend said, that's so negative. I think you need some more positive friends. And I said, A, you don't know my friends. And B, there is nothing negative about Uprising. Okay, it is the power of the people it needs to be. So there will be tumultuous times ahead, and I put that as October, when I believe we will come out of our homes, and then we will immediately be going into protests. A QHHT session of Alison Coe's was a client who said that some people will choose to be at home and some people will need to be home during those times. So if the example there was her client broke her ankle, so she couldn't actually be out there and protesting along. And part of that is guidance to keep you, some of us, out of the turmoil. Okay, and the energy, because the anger is going to rise, and for us empaths, it's going to be quite difficult to be around. I may spend the next 6 months in lockdown improving some of my DJ skills so I can bring some music to those protests. I don't mind a good protest, but I definitely get affected by the energy of it. I get affected by seeing it on the television. It makes me cry. Okay, so it's up to you and your guidance at that time to decide where the best place is for you. Creator of the virus. I had this 3-4 weeks ago. Okay, an evil man, whether that means that vision is representing a group of people, it may well be, or the single person who created this virus. But I very much believe it has come from evil and it's been created. Now, in our light work, we do not need to be focusing on the why, the how, the where, the when, the conspiracy, all of those details. The more you do that, the more you're going to get wound up into that insanity. Okay? So try to avoid this sort of thing on Facebook and sharing messages and YouTube. Have a little look, but bring yourself out of it. This is not where we need to be right now. We don't need to focus on that. The creator of this virus, however, I'd just like to say, I would say a very evil man or group of people. And yes, they're after some form of domination and control. What I realized is that this is essentially a time of awakening amidst all the suffering and fear. This is something that needs to come up. So in a way, I don't quite know how to word this, but there is a blessing within what the darkness has created, because the darkness is within the light. Within the light is all. Okay, the light is not within the darkness. The light shines through the darkness. The darkness is part of the light. It's about those sorts of spiritual journeys where you hear gurus talk about confronting that place, that darkness within. We all have it. It is a part of all of us. Okay, and this virus and the creator of this virus is the same. So try to hold those thoughts as you come into your fears and worries about this virus, and fears and worries of how people are reacting and how we're going to need to balance and stay clear of those energies. Lifting of the corpse. I had this one this morning. Didn't like it. Kind of like seeing a corpse that's been dead for a long time, maybe something out of a horror movie, face disgusting, lying back and being lifted. So I guess represented that energy of what needs to be removed from the earth, and that is physically and ethereally happening right now. A space station. many, many years ago, I had a vision of a space station. It was hexagonal in shape and it was hurtling towards the Earth. I used to think of that sometimes and just go, I felt that that's when the times are changing. That's when things are coming to light, perhaps the event. Okay, and I put that out of my mind for quite a few years, and then I texted this lady that I met so briefly at an art opening about a month ago. I texted her last night and I said, look, I think this is, we really connected. I said, I think this is what is happening. And she got back to me and she said, wow, you know, I really, really feel the same. And I saw this time coming, and I saw people going crazy. And she said when a space station explodes, she talked about something about a space. I'm gonna read the text. Where's my phone? Sorry, where's my phone? She said, wow, amazing that you said you saw visions 10 years ago. Yes, I also saw this years ago, but in a different way. I saw an explosion of a space station, and the last couple of years also saw people going crazy. This was nice, and that humour is absolutely critical to get through it beyond the presence and calm. Okay, so maybe something about a space station, and who knows, this means the time is near. And lastly, to finish on a really positive note, Athena, warrior goddess, about 3-4 weeks ago, had a beautiful vision of a lovely woman coming down from the heavens. She was reaching out. She was reaching to above her, and they were handing her the armour, the swords, whatever she needed, because she was on her way down to earth to step in to help. Athena, I've called on her before, but I wouldn't say I've particularly related with her or had experiences with her or visions or anything. So this is what I see. If you start going into fear at the moment of losing loved ones, my highest recommendation, around the time of having the dream of the event, which I very much believe is coming through, I was told to see purple, and I'm still told all the time to see purple around situations, and it heals. It heals, okay? So if you're feeling fear for a loved one, losing parents, anything like this, this is the best thing I can personally do. Just put that fear out, see purple, okay? Don't bring the fear onto them and their lives, okay? Purple, let it go. It also heals communication problems that you might be having with someone. I find it a really, really powerful tool. Last night I put up a clip, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but a comment from a subscriber. Thank you very much for tuning in, by the way. It's really nice to have friends out there, even though I can't see you. One of you commented about the Uprisings, and you said you'd seen it or heard it many, many times, that this is the way it will be, and when it is this way, then the event will be near. I just would like to respond to that I think you're right on par there. I do not see the uprisings from October this year onwards as A, they're not a negative thing, and B, I do not see this happening in the next dimension. I see this happening pre-event. So, yeah. We have a lot to look forward to. We have a freaking mammoth journey in the meantime. Like I said last night, just crystals, grab what, this one's not crystal, it's pearl, but grab what you can to ground yourself feet on the ground. If you're in an apartment, get some rocks. If you can, some soil, okay? Have it on a tray. Get your feet on the earth and pull yourself down to earth, okay? We have this for up there and this for down here, okay? Body with earth, be with earth, okay? And allow the rest to connect and take off with the high beings, the beautiful light, the safety of God that is taking care of us all despite suffering at the moment. I'd like to finish with a prayer to Archangels, Ascended Masters, God, the universe, my guides, anybody who is with us, any spirit of light, of truth. We are with you, we are working with you, please guide us and allow this light to have stronghold on our planet now. Alright, thank you for tuning in. You can probably hear the chickens outside. It's time for everybody to be fed. Alright. Ciao.